Hi girls, hi guys, and everybody in between. Welcome to my YouTube channel and to my first ever YouTube video. So before we get into this topic and everything that we're going to talk about, I just want to say like, comment, and subscribe to my video right now. Let me give y'all a moment of silence. Y'all gonna like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna just sit here and wait for y'all to do that. So okay, that was enough time. Alright, now let's just hop straight into this video. We're gonna talk about the why first. Like, why did I decide to get cosmetic surgery? Why did I decide to get LIPO360? What made me want to get it, and all of that. So I'm gonna take it all the way back. I'm gonna take it back to the pandemic in 2020. During the pandemic, I had gained about 25 to 30 pounds. Like, I accumulated over that 2-year span, 25 to 30 pounds. I guess it was like a year, two years. I don't know. Your girl not good with math. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I gained 25 to 30 pounds, and in that process, I just, started to become uncomfortable with my body. I couldn't wear certain things. I couldn't, I was, I just felt self-conscious. Like, people were always looking at my weight or talking about my weight, or like my weight was like a topic of conversation. And I think it's just like that. First of all, it's just like that in the black community. Like, black people, especially black women, call each other out on their weight or just their flaws, period. Like, in the black community, black people will call you out on your flaws. They don't care where y'all at, what y'all doing, who y'all in front of, and it just started to make me very self-conscious. Like, it was the first time I ever felt self-esteem issues. But because before that point, I was always slender, I was always petite, I always had a flat stomach. Like, I always could wear crop tops or two-piece swimsuits or just whatever. I was always confident with myself, my looks, my body. Like, I had never suffered with a lack of confidence or self-esteem issues or anything up until that point. And at first I did try to get active and work out. At the start of 2021, I tried to work out and be active, but the progress was just slow. It wasn't as fast as I needed it to be, and I still wasn't in the head space, I feel like, to lose the weight. Like, I don't feel like I was truly dedicated. I don't feel like I was truly ready to make the change. And I really didn't even notice how big I was starting to get. Like, yeah, I couldn't fit my clothes. Like, yeah, when I was ordering clothes, I couldn't fit that neither. Like, yeah, I had started wearing like larges and stuff like that, from an extra small to a large, a literal large. It still didn't hit me. And one day it just did hit me. I'm gonna say around, I think I started to think about it as the summer approached of 2021. I think when the summer approached, and I was afraid, getting more and more afraid to even go places. Like, I didn't even want to go places. I didn't even want to go to the club. I didn't even want to go to pool parties. I didn't even want to hang with my friends. Like, and this is my first time speaking on this out loud. Like, I was really in a bad place about my weight and how I was looking. And I didn't talk about it. I still kept my confidence up to the world and to the public, and I didn't let it get me down. I didn't let anyone see me like that. But it really started to affect me, and I didn't even want to go anywhere. And so around the summer of 2021, I started to think about it. A lot of people had gotten BBLs during the pandemic. A lot of people had gotten breast jobs, lip fillers, just whatever. Just, a lot of people started to get things done. And I was also in the process of paying for my LASIK and going on my LASIK surgery, and I was getting my LASIK that following winter and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, let me look into this. Let me see if it's something I want to do. A lot of people are doing it right now. People have been doing it for years. Like, I've had women in my family get tummy tucks when I was like 5 and shit, like way in the early 2000s, but it had became more popular to like us normal people, I'll say, especially where I'm from. Like where I'm from, we be kind of this is no shade, but I'm from New Orleans. It's a small town. We be kind of late on trends and stuff, so we were kind of like, where I'm from, like I said, people were getting their bodies done. They were doing things to themselves and stuff like that. So I was like, you know, let me just look into it. And I started talking to, you know, different girls I knew that gotten, you know, plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery. I started talking to the women in my family. I started talking to friends, you know, just people that I knew that had gotten procedures done. And I just was like, I think I'm gonna do it. So I just was home one day by myself, doing research, and I just kept researching, and I was like, you know, I want to find a doctor quick. I'm very impatient. Everything is like fast with me, and that's why I really didn't stick with the working out, because I like fast results. I'm like a microwavable person. Like if I could get something quick, I'm gonna get it quick. Like I'm very impatient. So I gave myself maybe like a month to find a doctor or whatever, and that's what I found a doctor. Like I researched a lot of doctors. Like I followed surgery pages, I looked at surgery group chats. Like I just was on Google like day in and day out, like just looking for surgeons, and I came across this doctor that I really liked, that that was well known, and I said, you know what, let me see. You know, I went and emailed them, or like did the instructions, and I got a call immediately the next day after I sent the pictures, and they, you know, asked what did I want done, and they asked me what time frame, like what date am I trying to get it done and stuff like that, and I answered those questions. And they told me the deposit was $1,000. I paid the $1,000 deposit right then and there. We set a date right then and there. They told me the dates that the doctor had available, like as soon as possible, and then the ones that were a little far out, I wanted one that was a little far out because my birthday was coming up and the holidays were coming up, and I just really wanted to enjoy like my birthday and the holidays and stuff. And that's when I started the process, and it was a pretty easy process. Like really, they send you another email, and in that email it tells you to take your vitamins. The vitamins you're going to be taking is like iron pills or blood builders. You're going to take folic acid, you're going to take vitamin C, and you're going to take all these vitamins leading up to surgery. You have to stop drinking, you have to stop smoking, you know, which was no problem for me. I don't smoke. They tell you that you could pay on your surgery up until the day of. I didn't pay up on it. I just the day before my surgery, I went into the office and just paid it in full. And I just started ordering stuff, like, you know how you just order the things that you need for surgeries, like the poise pads and the fajas, or just whatever you think you might need. I started to order. I did research on things that I might need, scar creams and stuff like that. I started to order it, and then whatever I didn't order, my friends came together and bought me stuff off Amazon for my birthday. Like it was like, you know, I made an Amazon list, and they just bought me all my surgery supplies that I needed. And that was, as far as the process, that was it. Like the process was really quick. You go get your blood drawn. Yeah, I didn't bring that up. You go and get your blood drawn too, so they can approve you for the surgery. You pay for you put your deposit down before you get approved. The process was that was easy. Like it wasn't really a long awaited process. The only thing that I was really waiting for was the day of my surgery. Like I didn't really have to do much in the process. Now I'm gonna just get into the recovery. So the recovery, everybody wants to know about the recovery. Everybody want to know about the pain level, the lipo itch, the just everything. So I'm gonna just get straight into that. Like the pain, the first 3 days are the worst. The first 3 days, it's a 10 out of 10 pain. It's excruciating, it's terrible, it's horrible, it's hard if you have a low tolerance. Me, I have a high tolerance for pain, and it was still pretty hard for me. I stayed at a recovery house. I stayed at a recovery house for about 9 days, and everybody don't choose to stay at recovery houses, but I didn't have anyone to take care of me, so that's why I stayed at a recovery house. I did research and found the best recovery house for myself, and it just was great. The best. It was the best. Like, you know, I had my own room. I decided not to share a room. I decided to get my own room in a recovery house so I can have my own space, and I had my own bathroom, and, you know, 24-hour food. They made sure I was eating healthy food. They made sure I was eating fruits. I was drinking my fluids. I got IV drips while I was in a recovery house. Just 24-hour care, you know. Like, I got back massages, foot massages. Like, my nurses and the women in the recovery house really took care of me. Like, I didn't even want to leave. I just felt like a pampered princess. Like, I'm all for the whole recovery house thing. Everybody is not with that, but I'm a diva. I'm dramatic, and I need to be taken care of when I feel like I'm in pain or I'm not at my best. So that's what I did. And the first 3 days was terrible, but like I said, they made it so much better. And I didn't take, I want to say this. I didn't take my painkillers. I decided to take Tylenol extra strength instead of my painkillers. I would take 2 Tylenol extra strength instead of the painkillers that you are prescribed for surgery, because I just didn't want to take it. I just heard about the side effects and stuff like that, so I was like, I'm good on that. I'm not going to take that. And I decided to take Tylenol extra strength, and that's why my pain was like a 10 out of 10. But honestly, I was walking around out of surgery. Like, when they brought me to the recovery house, I didn't need no help walking up the stairs. I didn't need no help walking down the stairs. You know, the most I needed help with was to and from the bathroom and in and out of the bed. Getting in and out of the bed was really hard for me because you have to use your upper body, and I didn't have any upper body strength at the time. So that was the really hard, excuse me, that was the really hardest part for me. Like, everything else was good. Like, my family and friends, I was talking to them straight out of surgery. I hadn't been out of surgery 5 hours. I was already on the phone with my boyfriend, my mama, my family on 3-way, showing them my fucking body, and I was still swollen, bleeding and everything, showing them my body, watching the Kardashians, like, eating fruit, you know, feet laid up, just relaxing on Instagram and Twitter like nothing had ever happened. But I was still in pain, but I know how to handle my pain, and it just wasn't that bad for me. I will say the worst part for me was the lipo itch and the massages. And the lipo itch is until like 2 months down the line. Now, the massages, the first 2 weeks I was getting massages every day, the first 2 weeks, and that was the absolute worst, because they trying to drain that fluid and they trying to make sure, sculpt your waist. Like, even though your doctor sculpts you and stuff like that, they're trying to really make sure they just keep sculpting it, and it just hurts so bad. Like, but it's needed. You want to get all that fluid out, you know what I'm saying? Getting your massages is so important. Like, the doctor recommends that you get at least 20 massages. Me, I'm gonna get massages forever. It's a part of my maintenance now. I'm gonna get wood therapy, I'm gonna get cavitation, I'm gonna get lymphatic massages forever. I will say, your first 3 months you do not get wood therapy, you do not get cavitation, because it can cause fibrosis and skin hardening. Also, when you're getting lymphatic massages, make sure you're going to a professional. Don't just go to a place that does massages. Make sure you are really with a professional that can help you, because the reason why you get massages is so you don't get fibrosis, so you don't get seroma, so you don't get skin hardening, so you don't get lumps in your stomach. So you have to make sure you get those massages. Ladies, I say get at least 20 like the doctor, but getting more than that is fine. The more the better. The more the better, like, trust. Massages aren't cheap. They're like $100 to, I've seen $200 for massages. So aftercare is really expensive. I say have at least $3,000 to $4,000 saved for your aftercare. Other people might think I'm being dramatic, but you never know what comes up. You never know what you might need. Fajas are expensive. Waist trainers are expensive. The things that you put inside of your faja, like foam boards and ab boards, just all type of stuff that just goes into it. Vitamins, getting more IV drips, just everything that comes with it. It's really expensive. I had like $3,000 saved up, and that wasn't included. Yeah, that wasn't included with the money that I had to pay the recovery house. Of course, for those 8 days that I stayed there. And you have to get your steps in. The doctor recommend that you move around, you don't sit still. And I was moving around, like I said, straight out of surgery. I was, you know, doing my thing. But a lot of people are different, and I'm just gonna say the pain wasn't that bad. It's not as bad as people make it seem. The worst part is your massages, and you can get through that. Before your masseuse come, if you take the pain pills, you're gonna be fine. If you take the Tylenol, you're gonna be fine. I recommend the Tylenol. I don't think that people should take the pain pills. It's not that bad, and plus they only give you like 10 anyways. Once the 10 are gone, what are you gonna do then? I just recommend that you don't even start it. You just get on a Tylenol extra strength and you thug it out. People ask me about making love after surgery, like how long should you wait, or how long do you wait? I waited a month. 3 weeks. 3 weeks is a month though. 3 weeks is a month. I waited 3 weeks. Some people wait longer. The women in the recovery house and my massage therapist was telling me they waited like a week. I waited 3 weeks to a month. I wasn't really worried about making love. I was just worried about, you know, my progress in my body and just healing. I wasn't really worrying about that. But you know, whatever your body allows you to do, you do that. But I waited. The lipo itch, like I said, doesn't start until like 2 to 3 months after, like a month after. Now that shit, that's worse than the pain. Like it'll be the midday and you just itching, like, and you can't even scratch the itch because it's like inside of you. And like I felt it in my stomach, but I also felt it like in my upper back and just like in weird ass places. But I just will pop a Benadryl, or I think I already covered the massages, but I'm going to just speak on that again because I'm really an advocate for the massages. I know a lot of girls don't get massages. They be getting like 5 massages and then be done with it, and you don't want to be that girl. You want to get at least 20. You want to have money saved up. Like, when you save up for your surgery, make sure you have the expenses for the aftercare. Don't just have the money for the surgery. If you just have the money for the surgery, girl, sit that to the side and start saving up for the other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, having money for the surgery is not enough, and I don't think a lot of people speak on it. A lot of people don't speak on the aftercare and how serious it is. And the aftercare, a doctor will tell you this. Your doctor will tell you this. The aftercare is more important than the fucking actual surgery, because that's where you're really getting your body. You don't even get your full results. Doctors will tell you, or you can even research this, you don't get your full results for a BBL or a lipo until a year later. Your full results don't settle in until a year later. A whole year. So you have a whole year to either mess your body up or get your body to the best. Like, so keep that in mind. Like, when you're eating bad, when you're drinking alcohol, when you back smoking or whatever, keep that into consideration. You know what I'm saying? But I got off topic. So for the first month, like the first 2 weeks, I got massages every day, like the full 7 days, both weeks. Then after that, I got 5 massages, and then after the first 5 massages each week, and then the second and the third month, I did 3 massages a week, and then after that, I did 2 massages a week, and now I'm at 1 massage, 1 wood therapy, 1 cavitation a month. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once a month or twice a month if I'm, you know, whatever. You don't really have to get them that much. That much after the first 3 months. But the first 3 months, you want to get them 7, 5, 3. That's what I call it. You go 7 times, then you go 5 times, and then you go 3 times. And after the first 3 months, you could go once or twice a month. After the first, yeah, okay. I think, did I speak on fajas? You're gonna be buying new fajas back to back, or you can get them altered. Like, women was telling me to get my faja altered. So far I've had 3 fajas. Technically I have 4 fajas, but I've only worn 3, and I got them all altered. And now I'm about to get another faja because I've seen this faja that I really want, And that's gonna be my last faja. I'm gonna just keep getting that one altered up until a year. Like, I'm not gonna keep getting fajas after that. I do wear waist trainers. I wear waist trainers during the day, or I put it over my faja at night. But I am like 6 to 7 months post-op. You don't do that your first 3 months, and you don't even wear waist trainers your first 3 months. You wait after your first 3 months, and then you can start wearing waist trainers and stuff like that. You only wear your faja your first 3 months. Fajas are expensive. You keep getting smaller, so you're gonna keep either buying a new one or getting it altered. And getting it altered is kind of expensive too. Like, my camera had died, y'all, but we gonna get back into it. It might have a little jumps and skips and all that going on, but because my camera had died. But we about to get into my favorite part. My favorite part to talk about with this whole surgery shit is not the process, it's not the recovery, it's the maintaining. Because nobody likes to talk about maintaining your surgery. Nobody likes to talk about eating healthy. Nobody likes to talk about how you're supposed to stop drinking alcohol for the first 3 months. Nobody don't like talking about that, but I love talking about that. That's my favorite part. Like, so we're gonna get into that. Like I told y'all, I gained about 25 to 30 pounds. Going into surgery, I was 149 pounds. At the start of the pandemic, I was 118 pounds, which was probably the biggest I had ever been. At 23 years old, 118 pounds, that was the biggest I ever been. By the end of, which started in 2020. By the end of that shit and the beginning of 2020, well, I got my surgery April 2022. April 2022, when I had got my surgery, I was 149 pounds, which was ended up being the biggest I've ever gotten. And you're supposed to lose weight before your surgery. I was still eating bad up until my surgery, but like I said, I wasn't drinking, I wasn't smoking, but I was still eating bad. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Surgery is not a weight. I'm not gonna say surgery. LIPO360 is not a weight loss surgery. It's not a gastric bypass. It's not gonna help you transform your whole body. That's not happening. They take at least 8 to 10 pounds out of you, like out of your mid area or whatever area that they're lipoing. The most they could take out is 10 pounds worth of fat. Keep that in mind. 10 pounds is a lot, but also it's not a lot. Okay? So after surgery, you are really swollen. You don't get your full results. You might get off that table and hate it. You might get off the table and love it. You might not see your curves. Me personally, when I got off the table, I loved it, but I knew that I still had work because my upper body was still swollen, as is still swollen to me in my arm area, my neck area is still swollen. In my opinion, I feel like I could be a little more toned, but I am in a gym. I am active. I take 3 to 4 mile walks every day. I eat healthy, all that good stuff. With that being said, I did not start working out as soon as I got out of surgery. I got surgery in April. I didn't start working out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, till July. But I did straight out of surgery. Well, not straight. Well, yeah, straight out of surgery. I would take walks, but it would be like 2,000 steps. Then it went from 2,000 steps to 3,000 steps as the weeks went by. Then 3 to 4,000 steps. Then 10,000 steps. And then, you know, a mile, 3 miles. Like, you know, I just kept up in it, and I was walking. I was the first up until August. Yeah, because April, May, June, July, I did not work out. I started working out in August, or like I started working out probably the end of July, the beginning of August, or the middle of July, the beginning of August. But I did not work out April, May, and June for sure. I just would walk every day, and I just ate healthy. My diet immediately after surgery was low sodium, low carbs. So I was not eating pastas. I was not eating dairy. I was not drinking alcohol. The first 3 months, I didn't drink alcohol maybe until I think the first alcoholic beverage I had was probably Essence Weekend. I was not drinking. I had started, you know, going out in June. I had started going out in June, which I don't recommend. I recommend resting, but you know, everybody's body is different. Whatever you want to do, just make sure that you're wearing your faja 22 to 23 hours a day. And try not to go out as much. Wear your faja and try not to go out as much. like I said, 22, 23 hours a day. The only time your faja should be off is when you're taking a bath or getting a massage. That's it. That's all. That's what I recommend. That's what I was doing. But I did go out like probably like in July, in June, I was going out once every weekend. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but I wasn't drinking alcohol. I wasn't eating. I was keeping up with my regimen. Like, I wasn't eating bad. I was keeping up with my regimen, whether I was hanging out with my friends or not. And they wasn't offering me no alcohol. They was very supportive of my decision. They was helping me, with my, keeping my decision going and stuff like that. And immediately when I get inside the fire, I be on it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Like I said, low carb diet, low sodium diet, high fiber, high protein. The only beverages I was drinking was water, kombucha, and what's that? And prune juice. That was the only fluids I was intaking. And I wasn't eating no processed food, no fast food, no candy, nothing really. I was eating fish, chicken, or turkey with a vegetable and a fruit. I would have a yogurt, which is 100% Greek yogurt with some chia seeds, some granola, and some fruit in it. Like, I was eating, my diet was very strict. My diet is still very strict. I still eat the same way, but now I actually love eating healthy. I don't mind eating healthy. I'm 6 months post-op. The only time I will probably cheat is if it's an occasion, or like if I'm really craving something, salty or whatever. One cheat meal, one day out of the week, or 2 cheat meals 2 days out of the week. But I wouldn't have a cheat day and just cheat all day. Like, I probably have one cheat meal and it'll be lunch, but my dinner will be light and my breakfast will be light. You know what I'm saying? And I will still work out that day, or probably take a walk that day. I walk 7 days a week. I work out 3 to 4 times a week. And even when sometimes I do slack up. I'm still a human, but I recommend no drinking alcohol. I recommend no eating seafood. I know a lot of New Orleans people gonna be watching this. Girl, don't go and get you no crawfish after 3 weeks out of surgery. Salty foods with high sodium, alcohol, all that's gonna make you bloated, all that's gonna make you swollen, all that is gonna, fuck with your results and your process, and you don't want that. Like, you don't want to look like you ain't never had surgery. You don't want your stomach to get back fat, because it's fat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fat grows back. Fat comes back. When they take the fat out, the fat can come back. You know what I'm saying? It's not a guarantee like, oh, once I take this fat out, it's never coming back. No, it can come back, and it will come back. You know what I'm saying? If you're not maintaining it, if you're not working out, if you're not being active, if you are drinking, a lot of people don't know this, and that's why I keep bringing up drinking, because drinking sometimes can be worse than food. Drinking will blow you up. Drinking will make you bloated. It will, your upper half, your face, everything would just be big and swollen from alcohol. Like, for real. Like, I don't drink as much as I used to. I used to drink a lot. I'm from New Orleans, so drinking is normal where I'm from. We started drinking really early where I'm from, but I cut back on my drinking a whole lot. Like, I don't drink wine. I don't keep alcohol in my house. Like, every time I go out, I'm not drinking. Every party I attend, I'm not drinking. Every time I go out to eat, I'm not drinking. It has to be a real special occasion. I have to be in the mood for it. I'm you know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like, alcohol is a big hindrance to my community, and it also is a big hindrance to women that want cosmetic surgery. Like, drinking is our enemy. And that's another thing. I don't eat food with butter. I don't eat food with salt. I eat with pink Himalayan salt. The food that I eat is cooked in avocado oil, no butter, and we use fresh seasonings and Mrs. Dash and stuff like that. If I'm craving something sweet, act like fruits is candy. Strawberries, mangoes, you could Google all type of exotic fruits. They got so many different fruits that taste just as good as candy. And you drizzle some brown sugar or some honey on it, and it becomes a lifestyle once you start doing it. And I started doing it straight out of surgery. Like, I started eating healthy straight out of surgery. It was hard. Like, one day I cried because I couldn't eat Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? Like, cried real tears. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it was a transition. It was a lot, but I feel like I had to do it because I didn't want to spend all this money and wait. Your body is an investment, especially when you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go back to how you used to look, or you don't want to have to spend that money all over again, whether you have it or not. Who wants to just be spending tens, 20s, thousands of dollars and wasting it? You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you keep up with your body. You know, make sure you start working out, whatever that might be, jumping rope, taking walks. Like, you don't have to go to the gym, dancing. Like, it's so many alternatives to staying active and being active that a lot of people don't know. Pilates and hot yoga. It's a lot. Swimming aerobics. I have a friend that does swimming aerobics. Like, just all kind of stuff that you could do. Just be creative, because I know it's hard. I know working out is hard, and where I'm from, a lot of people don't work out. Like, we're a food city. Everybody eats, everybody drinks, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard. So, you know, you gotta rise above that, and you gotta know you want more than that, and you gotta just, you know, maintain that shit. Like, you want to 2 and 3, 4 years down the line, you still had that body that you got off the table with. Like, I hear girls say, ain't nothing like that Fresh Life though. Shit, I beg to differ. I look at my pictures when I first got out of surgery. It was great, but I look better now, and I'm just gonna keep getting better. You know, the table and the surgeon, he helped with the I already had a great foundation, but he helped give me my great foundation back, and now I'm maintaining it, and I'm gonna make it, you know, better than ever by being in the gym or by working out. And being active really, and being in the sun and just doing stuff and moving around, it really does help with your mental health. I'm really big on mental health. That's another conversation though, but you know, being productive really does help. And I feel like the surgery changed my life, and it made me notice that, like, eating healthy isn't that bad. Going without alcohol isn't that bad. You know, sitting back and relaxing because I had to heal. You know, it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a balance. It's a balance, and I will say that, like, balance is very important. You got to keep that balance, because you do want to go out, you do want to hang with your friends and stuff like that. But you know, people who love you and care about you, if they know you're not supposed to be drinking, or you tell them you don't want to drink, they're gonna make sure, whether they drinking or not that night, they're gonna be like, oh no, you can't have that, bitch. Oh no, you're not drinking, and you know, stuff like that. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They want, you know, if you have great people in your life, they want to see you do better. And whether I spoke on how my weight gain made me feel or not, I feel like my friends knew how it made me feel. I think people in my life knew how it made me feel, getting so big and it being so unexpected, and me not really knowing how to shake back from it. I think a lot of people knew. So that's in my life. So, you know, my boyfriend and my friends, my mom, everybody stays on me like, oh, you know, you don't want to eat that, or you don't want to do that. If I do have a moment of weakness, because I am human, if I do want chocolate cake, they're like, oh, you don't want chocolate cake. You know what I'm saying? It's you know what I'm saying? So make sure you have good people around you that want to see you maintain it, that's going to help you maintain it. That's real big. And follow fitness pages, follow trainers, because you know, we're on social media a lot of the time, so you're consuming it, you know what I'm saying? So follow people that eat healthy, and follow surgery pages and just all that stuff. Like, the maintenance part is the most important part to me. I feel like I wouldn't have, you know, when I got out of the surgery, I was only literally 8 pounds lighter. I was 8 pounds lighter. And then as time went on, that's when I lost the weight. Currently, right now, while I'm making this video, I just stepped on the scale. Before I made this video, I am 119 pounds. with food in my stomach. And you know, with food, because you know when you wake up in the morning you're lighter, but I ate and took my vitamins and all that great stuff. I'm 119 pounds and I don't want to get any smaller. I just want to tone up at this point. I want to tone my upper body. I want to tone my legs. I want my ab definition to continue to show, because some days you can see I have abs. Some days it's just a flat stomach with a curvy little waist, but I do want those abs. So yeah, like I said, I feel like I lost the weight, like not because of surgery. I feel like I really lost the weight because I was being active and I was eating healthy. And a lot of people don't know that. Like a lot of girls, you know, DM me, or a lot of girls talk to me and they feel like, oh, my surgeon did this. No, my surgeon didn't do this. Like this was me. This was, most of it was, you know, me. 10% of it or 15% of it was on that table, but the rest is me. Everything else is, you know, me eating healthy, me holding myself accountable, me, you know, making sure I work out. You know what I'm saying? My friends, it's about having discipline. That's the most important thing about maintaining your surgery, is discipline and having mental strength over everything. And you know, it's easy to say, but it's not easy to do, because it took me 2 years and some LIPO360 to really understand it and to get it right. Like really. And I'm still on this journey of a healthier lifestyle, because people be calling it a diet. It's not a diet for me. This is a lifestyle. You know, I want to work out forever. In my old age, I want to still be working out. I want to eat healthy forever. You know what I'm saying? One day I want to just wake up and not eat meat. During this process I had to learn how to cook. I never knew how to cook. Like I've always had people cook for me. This is probably a conversation for another day, but I'm a very spoiled person. People are always doing stuff for me. I'm always waiting on hand and foot. And I feel like this surgery kind of helped me be more independent. You know, I have to push myself to go to the gym. I have to, you know, cook my own food, because so in this process I am learning how to cook, and I've learned how to cook healthy meals for myself, and I put healthy things together and stuff like that. And just overall, this process has taught me a lot. Like for a lot of people it's just, you know, surgery, but for me it was, I feel like it was life changing. But that also comes with age. Like I turned 25 this year, you know, and I got surgery this year, and I had LASIK right before. So I think it's just a lifestyle change for me overall, and just me becoming a woman and an adult. And that has nothing to do with maintenance, but it does at the same time. I just feel like I just wanted to share my full experience. And I talk a lot. I'm very long-winded. I like to ramble on. But yeah, the health part of this is way more important than the surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know so many people that have gained their weight back, or, you know, I've seen so many women that I follow, you know, very popular women or influential women, they gain that weight back. You know what I'm saying? They got to get back on that table, and you don't want to have to keep getting back on that table. You know, especially my girls. I'm talking to girls like me, regular girls who have to put their money to the side, save their money up and stuff like that. You don't want to keep spending tens, $20,000s. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Keep that low sodium diet, keep that low carb diet, high protein, high fiber. You know, if you do want to cheat, if you absolutely feel you need to cheat, you know what I'm saying? Because some people tell me the lifestyle that I promote is not sustainable. I've heard that many times, and I think it is sustainable because I follow a lot of women and men of all ages and races that are sustaining it. But you know, if you have to cheat, or you want to drink or anything like that, you can do it. Just pace yourself. Everything is about, you know, pacing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to overdo it. So I'm not saying nothing is wrong with having a steak every now and again if that's what you want, or having a drink every now and again that's what you want. But just don't overdo it. Don't overindulge in it, because then it becomes a habit, and you get to backpedaling and going to your old ways, and you don't want to do that once you done spent all this money. So that's it for the end of the video. I know a lot of people, before I end this video, before I close it out, a lot of people ask me, you know, who's my doctor, how much I spent. I'ma just clear the air, and so I don't have to get that question anymore. I won't be disclosing my doctor. I won't be disclosing how much I paid, but I want to keep something to myself. A lot of things I'm gonna share with y'all, and right now I just want to keep that to myself. Maybe when I get to 10,000 subscribers, I'll share. I feel like when I get to 10,000 subscribers, I definitely will share who my doctor is, because I don't have a problem with saying who my doctor is. I just want to have a really good following and a lot of subscribers before I give y'all my tea. So once I get to 10,000 subscribers, I will tell y'all how much I pay. I still have the paperwork. And thank y'all so much for tuning in, for watching. We got so much, you know, to look forward to along the way. I'm so excited. I'm so nervous because I'm so long-winded, and I don't know if I might bore you guys or whatever, but you know, this is my first video. This is my first time really being in front of the camera, doing this all on my own. I did a video back in 2020, you know, right before the pandemic, but that wasn't really, you know, it wasn't really me. This is me. This is, you know, me putting my all into it, and I just hope y'all like it. And if y'all have any questions or concerns, you know, y'all could comment below, or y'all could DM me on my Instagram. I have my Instagram and stuff where y'all could follow me. And I hope to see y'all for my next video. I love y'all, and have a wonderful day or a night.